You ever realize your entire life was a lie in the middle of saying, I do? That was the exact moment I knew I'd rather die than marry Marcus Cavanaugh heir to some shipping empire. A beta with a Rolex soul and a cardboard heart. So I ran. Still in my tuxedo. Still clutching the bouquet like it meant something. Still hearing the shocked gasps of 300 guests echoing behind me in that Manhattan cathedral. My mother fainted, I think. My omega hormones were screaming. My heart pounding. My feet numb on the city sidewalk. But I didn't stop. Not until I hit Soho and ducked into the nearest building with an open door, the Whitmore Gallery. That's where everything unraveled. Or maybe that's where everything began. He was there. Elijah Whitmore. The man whose paintings once made me believe love could be raw and wild and ugly and beautiful all at once. The man who disappeared from my life 2 years ago after a single kiss under rain-soaked skylights. The man who told me I deserved better and then left without saying goodbye. I froze in the doorway, dripping wet and shaking, a mess of velvet and ruined vows. He looked up from the painting he was hanging, and for a second, neither of us breathed. Elijah, I whispered. He blinked once. Aiden, I didn't know what to say. I just broke, fell apart in his arms like I had been waiting for someone to catch me all along. He let me stay, not because he owed me anything, not because he was still in love with me, but because Elijah had this way of making broken things feel sacred. His gallery was all concrete floors and glass ceilings, but somehow it felt warmer than any home I'd known. He poured me tea, sat beside me, and listened as I confessed everything: how I agreed to marry Marcus because my family needed the alliance, how I thought I could suppress the way my body yearned for something more, how I still saw Elijah's face in my dreams. And he didn't say a word, just stared at me like he was seeing ghosts. Or maybe he was one. I thought you moved to Berlin, I said finally. He nodded slowly. I did, for a while. But I came back. Couldn't stay away. Why? Because, he said softly, some paintings don't leave you alone, no matter how far you run. I didn't ask if he meant me. I just cried. The first time he kissed me again. It was slow and unsure, like flipping through pages of a book we both thought we'd lost. He smelled like turpentine and cedarwood and home. But it wasn't simple. Elijah was an alpha, not just biologically but soul deep. Dominant, magnetic, quietly devastating. And I was an omega, raised to be polite, presentable, palatable. Our love was a scandal before it was a story. My family disowned me. I sold my designer tux to pay rent on the tiny apartment above the gallery. The tabloids called me the runaway omega, like I was some tragic novel. And Marcus? He didn't even flinch. Just replaced me within the week with some beta socialite from Connecticut. Good riddance. Still, some nights I'd lie in Elijah's bed, his arm draped across my stomach, and wonder if we were building something real or just escaping something worse. Then came the night everything shattered. I woke up to find Elijah gone. No note, no message. His paintings still on the walls. His coat still by the door. Just gone. It was like history repeating itself with a crueler edge. I tore through the city looking for him, heart hollow, body aching from the absence of his scent. 3 days, 3 nights, no trace. Then, on the 4th day, I saw Itha's face on the news. Elijah Whitmore, celebrated alpha artist, missing for days, connection to gallery fire under investigation. I screamed. They found him in an abandoned studio outside of Brooklyn, collapsed from exhaustion, paint staining his hands like blood. He'd been trying to finish a piece he never let me see. Portrait of me. When I arrived at the hospital, I sat by his bed and held his fingers like they were the last truth I had left. His eyes fluttered open. Aiden. Why? I croaked. Why would you disappear again? He looked so small, so human. Because I thought I'd ruin you. You saved me, I said, choking. You always did. He came home. The gallery reopened. The fire was ruled accidental, faulty wiring, they said. The portrait of me was never sold. He hung it in the back under soft light, where no one but us could see it. We didn't speak of forever. We spoke of now. Each morning, he kissed the small of my back like a prayer. Each night, I whispered into his skin that I was grateful he came back, that he was real, that we were real. And slowly, the world made room for us. The wedding that never happened? It became a joke we told over wine. Marcus, I heard he got caught cheating on his new husband with a beta tennis coach. My family? Sometimes silence is a kindness. And me? I paint now. Not like Elijah, nothing groundbreaking, but enough to remind myself that creating is better than conforming. Some days we still fight. I still cry. He still disappears into his art. But when I say I love him, he says it back like he means it. And when I wake from bad dreams, shaking from memories of white lilies and altar steps, he wraps around me and whispers, "You did the bravest thing that day. You chose you." I think that's what love is. Not perfect, not easy, but chosen, again and again. So no, I didn't get the wedding I was promised. But I found the home I never dared to hope for. And he's here. Every messy, maddening, miraculous part of him. That's all I ever needed. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.